Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Steven Universe Future review. In this episode, we're taking a look at Guidance. It's fine. Really, that's all I gotta say about it. It's fine. I've definitely seen worse episodes, but I've also definitely seen better, including the previous episode and the next episode. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's got a good moral, which isn't bad. And again, kids show, even though we're looking at it from a more adult critical view, this is still a kids show, and teaching good morals is always a good thing. It's fine. Let's just get into it. So it starts off, Steven and Amethyst are at the pizza shop, and Amethyst wants to show Steven something new, and Big Spite is working behind the counter, and she's helping make pizzas and cut pizzas. Remember when I predicted that Spinel was going to be Big Spite? Oh, simpler times. Oh, simpler times. That was just earlier this year. That was not simpler times. But yeah, so Amethyst explains that she has her GHEM, Gym Human something mentorship, exchange mentorship. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's Jim. Ha ha ha, funny, cute. And yeah, Steven's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Nanapo comes in and she's got rubies as bodyguards. They go down to the boardwalk and find out that a bunch of the quartzes are working at the boardwalk. And Steven's on board with it, but he also kind of feels that something's off. We see that Nephirite is doing the plane stuff, which, right, these are all jobs that make sense for these characters. They're all logical places to move these characters. What, weren't Ruby's bodyguards in the movie? Am I making that up? I feel like that was a thing. I'm pretty sure. But as they're walking through town onto the next person, Steven kind of brings up the idea that, hey, isn't this a little bit on the nose? Aren't these jobs a little too obvious? And it's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. So then they go to Snowflake Obsidian and little Lorimar, who are making snow cones, and Steven asks them, like, oh, what did you do on Homeworld? And they did ice-related things. So Steven's like, oh, that's kind of boring, right? You're doing ice, you did ice things on Homeworld. Maybe you should try something new and interesting. So he has Snowflake fly a plane, and little Lorimar go work at the roller coaster. Little Lorimar is probably the highlight of the episode. She's really funny with her constant thing about liking human screams. That's kind of funny, and that's where the episode, I think she's the best little moment of the episode, and there's a reason we end on her. Yeah, so Steven goes around helping a bunch of other gyms get new jobs, right? Just experimenting, because the idea is that, hey, maybe just because something's safe to do doesn't mean you should always do it. That looks like it's the moral the episode is trying to teach. That, oh, just because you are good at being a bodyguard doesn't mean you have to be a bodyguard. You should try new things, like he has Ruby be a flower girl. And then the episode ends, and hey, all's well that ends well. Yeah, no, that was nothing special. That's where we end, really? I don't get it, man. I get it. You want to try new things, but sometimes there's more to... Sometimes it's good to do what you want to do, right? Sometimes what makes you happy is what's best for you. Okay, so the ending's a fake out, right? He gets hit with pizza immediately, walks outside, chaos ensues, everything's on fire. There are some... I do like Ruby just putting flowers on people and then stealing their money. There are some good jokes in here. Really, it's nothing outstanding, but they're fine jokes. It's they're not the internet style of jokes where you look at it, you blow air out of your nose, and then you move on to the next image. No, these do get a chuckle at least. They're at least trying. But yeah, with everything in chaos, Steven goes to Amethyst, and Amethyst says that, oh, you can't just tell everyone what to do. You've been down on my ideas recently. People need to have their own lives. And Steven admits that, yeah, he was wrong. This has created chaos. Maybe the people were happier doing what they wanted to do. And that you can't just tell people what to do. And I kind of like that. I know this happened in the regular show. I don't remember when. I know it did happen, though, where Steven admits he's wrong. And I like in this moment that Steven, my intentions were good, but I clearly fucked up. Your intentions were also good, but you did it right. So please bail me out of this situation. And yeah, Amethyst is still great. She's still my favorite. And she helps Steven bail her out, and they go and fuse Smokey to get everything taken care of. I still like Smokey. I love the new design. I love the jacket around the waist. It's a little detail, but I love it. But they go to save the plane, and I like how at first it doesn't work. At first they grab the tail and just rip the tail off, and it starts careening downwards. I like the trial and error there. It's fun that Smokey isn't perfect. And that's kind of always been the thing with Smokey, that she isn't perfect, but she still has Steven's determination. In a minute, we'll get like a little back and forth between Amethyst and Steven within Smokey. But yeah, they go up and they're able to catch the plane and save the people on the plane. Down at the boardwalk, the roller coaster breaks and it sends people careening to their deaths, or they're about to. And Amethyst and Smokey run over there, and like I said, Amethyst and Steven have their little conversation. They get angry, or at least Steven does, and then they glow pink. Again, I'm pretty sure this is the pinkness is triggered by anger, because all of Steven's powers are triggered by his emotions. That's how this show has always worked. Steven doesn't get angry very often. I'm trying to think back to the original show. I mean, he does, but it's only on rare occasions. Like the closest thing I can think of, the test, where he finds out that the test is all bullshit and that the crystal gems are lying to him. But instead of getting angry, he just goes along with it to boost their self-confidence in the same way he boosted their. But yeah, no, Steven doesn't really get angry. But back to the episode. So Smokey glows pink, and all of a sudden it's like they're running really fast, because that's their big concern, is that, they have to save the people, save the universe. Well, Steven saved the universe, so saving people should be easy. And they're not fast enough. And hey, all of a sudden they're really fast, but they learn they're more than just fast. They're Philip J. Fry after drinking 100 cups of coffee fast. And the world is going in slow-mo. They're able to save all of the people off of the roller coaster. And then as they go to stop the roller coaster, the slow motion wears off and the roller coaster crashes into the ocean. There's a little, monologue with Smokey right there where they're like, sometimes a roller coaster crashes into the ocean, and that's okay. It's kind of weird, but it kind of works, I guess. Again, this episode's fine. It's got a lot of things that work well enough that are just fine. And then so with everyone saved, the episode kind of ends, and it's like, holy shit, we actually did that. That's crazy. We saved the boardwalk. What was that slow motion thing? They don't really have answers. And then Steven, again, admitting he was wrong. And Amethyst is like, I didn't just assign them their jobs. I talked to them. I found out what they wanted to be in life. And then I helped them get jobs that would allow them to achieve their dreams. It's a really good moment. Again, that's the moral of the episode, that sometimes, while you can do new things, sometimes it's fine to do what you like to do, right? If you're good at something, never do it for free. And that's kind of, I like that moral. That's not a bad moral to teach. And then Steven and Amethyst have their little heart-to-heart where Amethyst asks about Steven's future and how he doesn't know what he wants to be. And then Lorimar comes up and is like, Steven, thank you, because while I like doing the snow cone stuff, I also like children, and I like hearing the screams of children. And laughter is like screaming. So it's showing that Steven isn't entirely wrong. That, again, while it's good to do what you like, it's also important to experiment. But it's still fine to do what you like, because it's something you like to do. It's a fine moral for an episode. I feel like if the episode had ended at the halfway point, where the fake out ending was, where it's like, don't just do the predictable, do something new and interesting, the episode would not have been that good. If it took the whole 11 minutes to get there. But the fact that it's saying, no, it's fine to do what you like. It's fine to do the predictable as long as you're enjoying it. Experiment a little, but it's still fine. That's what makes the episode. It's still just a fine, okay episode. But the moral is good, and I really like that moral. And then, of course, we always have to end on a joke, and the ending joke of the episode is that they forgot Onion on the roller coaster, but it's Onion. He'll live. And yeah, that's the episode. It's The moral is doing a lot for me here. Like, I think if it wasn't for the moral being one that I do like, I don't think this episode would be that good. Out of the starting 4 episode bunch that we got, this is the weakest. But it's again, I've seen worst episodes in this show. And yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Again, this is technically a show made for children, and there is nothing wrong with showing this episode to children. This is actually one of the better episodes that you could show to a child. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.